A Self-Growth Guide. Chapter 1. Selfgrowth.com presents itself as a success, love, money, mental health, and spirituality website. Selfgrowth.com main topics: success skills, relationships, health, finances, mental health, spirituality, lifestyle. Success categories at selfgrowth.com/success_skills_articles.html. Abundance, accelerated learning, achievement, assertiveness training, assessment tools, attitude and perspective, body language, brain enhancement, business networking, change management, coach training, communication skills and training, continuing education, distance learning and e-learning, e-books, emotional freedom techniques, EFT, emotional intelligence, empowering women, empowerment, executive coach and executive coaching, future trends, goal setting, guided imagery and visualization, habits, homeschool and homeschooling, human design, inspiration, inspirational quotes, instincts and basic instincts, integrity, landmark education, law of attraction, leadership, learning, life coach and life coaching, life transitions, listening skills, manifestation, mastermind and mastermind groups, mind power, motivation, motivational products and services, negotiating skills, neurolinguistic programming, NLP, organizing and learning how to organize, peak performance, personal accountability, personal development, persuasion, productivity, prosperity, public speaking, publishing, role models, self-help books, self-esteem and self-confidence, self-publishing, seminars and workshops, social networking and social media, speed reading, stage fright and overcoming stage fright, starting over, success coaching, success principles, team building, time management, transformation, vision boards, vocabulary and learning how to improve vocabulary, wisdom, writing tools, success websites, spiritwire.com/selfesteemquotes.html, self-esteem quotes, tips for building self-esteem, self-worth, robertphipps.com, Robert Phipps, body language specialist, assertiveness-training.org.uk, assertiveness skills, people-communicating.com, effective communication in the workplace, hotu.com/ecs-menu.shtml, body language resources, confident.com, how to have great self-confidence and self-esteem, miraclemanifestingprogram.com/gifts, free law of attraction resources, knowmyself.com, a site with hundreds of articles on body language, face reading, communication skills, psychology of love, depression, anger management, self-confidence, NLP, graphology, and much more. Achieve-goal-setting-success.com, achieve goal setting success. spiritwire.com/self-esteem-tips.html, self-esteem tips to build self-esteem and feel better now. assertiveness.org.uk, assertiveness, assertiveness training. This site outlines a practical approach saying no. Without actually using the word, you can develop the ability to resist or sidestep being maneuvered into doing something you really don't want to do. AttitudeIsEverything.com, attitude is everything, attitude is everything. ChangeYourLifeCoaching.com/spiritual-life-coach-articles.html, free ebook on the law of attraction. e-2.org, Emotional Intelligence Institute. Lichongstall.startpagina.nl, body language links. Personalaccountabilityatwork.com, practicing personal accountability at work and at home. Selfesteemplaybook.com, self-esteem playbook, uplifting and proven exercises to build and sustain high self-esteem. This resource-packed guide is full of workshop-proven fun exercises that easily help you build and sustain high self-esteem. Increase your self-esteem on all levels, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Currently available with download bonuses to further support you as you release emotional baggage and own your brilliance. Spiritwire.com/kidsselfesteemposter.html, kids uplifting self-esteem poster/poem. Undoityourself.com, a way to end fear of public speaking, scientifically proven program for eliminating the fear of public speaking in just short hours. Love and relationship categories at selfgrowth.com/relationships_articles.html. Blended families. Child development. Dating. Divorce. Domestic violence and abusive relationships. Family. Forgiveness. Friendship and loneliness. Intimacy. Love. Marriage coaching. Men's psychology. Overcoming adultery and infidelity. Parenting. Passion. Relationship advice. Sexuality. Singles. Tantra. Teenagers and parenting. Trust. Weddings and wedding planning. Love and relationship websites. advice.diva.com/ad/ebook/getthimback.asp, how to get your ex back. agoodhusband.net, a good husband. AskDion on Jennifer.com/sex-intimacy, Ask Dan and Jennifer, sex and intimacy. BellavitoFindLove.com, be love to find love. Dating-relationship-advice-for-women.com, a dating and relationship advice site for women. Datingquestionsformen.com/secret.shtml, a secret that women know. e-2.org, Emotional Intelligence Institute. Erotic-massage-guide.com, the Erotic Massage Guide. Law of Attraction-in-love.com, Law of Attraction in Love. Nakedrelationships.com. Nakedrelationships.com. Spiritwire.com/kidsselfesteemposter.html, kids uplifting self-esteem poster/poem. TheIntimateCouple.com, The Intimate Couple. TowerofPower.com.au, how to overcome shyness and make friends. Tower of Power, become a powerful person in control of your relationships and life. Learn conflict management, confidence, listening skills, attraction skills, and more at Tower of Power. Transitionscounseling.com, do's and don'ts of a functional relationship. Transitionscounseling.com, do's and don'ts of a functional relationship. Truthaboutdeception.com, truth about deception, lying and infidelity. Yviagra.com, sexual satisfaction. Health and fitness categories at selfgrowth.com/healthfitness_articles.html. Acupuncture. Adult and senior development. Aerobics. Aging and longevity. Alternative medicine. Alzheimer's. Anti-aging. Applied kinesiology. Aromatherapy. Arthritis treatment. Autism. Ayurveda. Back and neck pain. Biofeedback and neurofeedback. Bodybuilding. Breathing and breath work. Chiropractic. Coronavirus. Diabetes. Dietary supplements. Dieting and weight loss. Elder care. Energy bars. Exercise equipment. Facial exercise. Fat loss. Fitness and exercise. Hair loss. Healing. Health clubs. Health coach and health coaching. Health education. Health products and services. Healthy eating. Heart disease. Herbal remedies and herbs. Holistic health. Human development. Human growth hormone, HGH. Immune system and immunity enhancement. insomnia and sleep disorders, martial arts, massage and massage therapy, medical advice and resources, men's issues, migraines and headaches, mind-body healing, natural health, naturopathic medicine, nutrition, nutritional assessment, overeating and obesity, pain management, personal trainers and personal training, physical therapy, Pilates, pregnancy, Qigong, reflexology, Reiki, retreats, spas and vacations, Sonar, smoking, how to quit smoking or stop smoking, sound therapy, sports, stretching, superfoods, walking, wellness, women's issues, yoga, health and fitness websites, allcures.info, all cures and natural remedies, herbal supplements, herbal remedies, natural medicine, all cures and natural remedies, natural herbal remedies for your health, natural medicine, anxiety, ADHD, depression, insomnia, prostate, weight loss and more. Bellyexercises.org, how to lose belly fat, best way to lose belly fat in exercises and diets. CarolinsFacialFitness.com, Carolyn's Facial Fitness, facelift through exercise, informative site about facial exercises and a natural alternative to cosmetic surgery, what they are, how they work and what their many benefits are for helping you to look younger, firmer, and wrinkle-free. Many sample exercises are offered, as well as an easy-to-learn, easy-to-use program for purchase. CenterForSoulArts.com, your private spiritual retreat and spa for the soul. Dietitely.com, dietical, diet, and nutrition health center. Flexeffect.com/debpic.htm, years old. A must-see. Herbina.net, the world best herbal sex tonic, increase sex playing time. HomemadeMedicine.com, homemade remedies. LoseTheBackPain.com/sciatica.html%%C%A. LoseTheBackPain.com/sciatica.html, exercises, stretches and treatments for sciatica pain. LovingSuperfoods.com, chocolate bliss, Fiesta Mole, raw sunfire superfoods. Loving Superfoods ships great tasting, highly nutritious, easily digestible, pristine superfoods like raw cacao, chocolate bliss, Fiesta Mole, goji berries, dulse seaweed, and more. Check out the many recipes and videos to add superfoods into your current ways of eating. MuscleNerdFitness.com/MuscleNerdPrograms.html, advanced bodybuilding and fat loss secrets, breakthrough training tactics to build muscle and burn fat at lightning speed have finally been uncovered. No dangerous drugs, no expensive supplements, just a step-by-step breakthrough muscle triggering process that brings real results. MuscleNerdFitness.com/go.php, offer equals xintal and PID equals and U equals. NursingCareers.com, nursing careers. Nursing careers is every successful nurse's daily habit. NC provides you with everything you need to be a successful nurse, from motivational videos, nursing tips and tricks to nursing school advice and nursing career improvement tricks. Pure-Essence-Massage.com, Brampton Massage by Pure Essence. Brampton Massage by Pure Essence is a provider of natural holistic hot stone and aromatherapy massage services. We are located at the Brampton, Ontario Yoga Loft and Holistic Center. Sedona-Spiritual-Vacations.com, a Sedona Sacred Retreat. Spiritwire.com/self-esteem-tips.html, self-esteem tips to build self-esteem and feel better now. Stretchmarksandstomach.com, how to get rid of stretch marks, useful information about stretch marks, what they are and how to get rid of them. SureBaby.com, signs of pregnancy, find top 10 early signs of pregnancy and symptoms along with week-to-week pregnancy and due date calendar. TheTotalHuman.com, The Total Human, retreats and workshops. TrueWeightLossTips.com/weightgoals/true, tips to lose weight, dieting and weight loss. With my own two hands massage.vpweb.com, with my own two hands massage therapy offices. Money categories at selfgrowth.com/finances_articles.html. Business accounting software and QuickBooks. Business coach and business coaching. Business consulting. Business development. Business etiquette. Business opportunities. Business startup. Career coach and career coaching. Career development. Career transition. College planning. Corporate training. Cryptocurrency. Customer service. Debt and debt consolidation. Employee motivation. Entrepreneurs. Financial freedom. Financial literacy. Forex. Green jobs/green careers. Home business. Human resources. Identity theft. Insurance. Internet marketing. Interviewing skills. Investing. Job search. Legal services. Make money online. Management skills. Marketing strategy. Mortgage and home financing. Network marketing and MLMs. Personal finance. Publicity. Real estate. Resume writing. Retirement and retirement planning. Risk management. Sales management training. Sales systems. Sales training. Small business marketing. Stock trading. Strategic planning. Virtual assistants. Wealth. Creating wealth and building wealth. Women and money. Women in business. Money websites at selfgrowth.com. Steps to unlimitedwealth.com, steps to unlimited wealth. Abundance-and-happiness.com, abundance-and-happiness.com, extensive personal empowerment portal providing profound insight, direction, and practical application techniques for accelerated and extraordinary achievement in every area of life, whether physically, financially, relationally, emotionally and/or spiritually. bensimonton.com, leadership skills, become an exceptional manager of people, how to turn ordinary employees into highly motivated, highly committed superstars who love to come to work. best-mlm-opportunities.com, best MLM opportunities. Cheap full coverage autoinsurance.com, cheap full coverage auto insurance, learn how to find the cheapest full coverage car insurance. Compare multiple quotes with our free insurance quote search engine and start saving today. Choosingacareerblog.com, choosing a career you will love, everything about choosing and planning a career from career coach and guide to life work author Leonard Lang, Ph.D. Ideas to help you discover and create a career that you'll find meaningful, exciting, motivating, and joyful. Entrepreneurialwealth.com, the next big boom business. HumanTechTips.com, customer service tips, how to kick your customer service up a notch and impact your bottom line. Complimentary popular newsletter by customer service expert, Dr. Roseanne D'Ausilio. I-choose-happiness.com, I-choose-happiness.com. LetGroup.com, business etiquette from the Let Group. Lifetracks.com, simple to use goal setting, mindset, nutrition and organization tools. mickhaga.com/parody, entrepreneur's dream, the ultimate opportunity. Amazing product, phenomenal support system. Super low startup, no inventory, start building your dreams today with this powerful system. NLP Possibilities with DHE.com, NLP Possibilities with DHE, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. NLP Possibilities with DHE is a training and counseling institute in Toronto, Canada, specializing in NLP practitioner and master practitioner certification training. Certified by Dr. Richard Bandler and the Society of NLP. perfectsolutians.co.in, website designing company. Personal-coaching-information.com/index.html, executive coaching information, online coaching advice, tips, and information for business growth, executive careers, personal life and sports performance together with how to start a coaching business. ResumeIndex.com, Resume Index, provides a large collection of free resume samples and templates. COLTD.net, Search Engine Optimization Limited, COLTD, get your website ranked higher in search engines with CO Limited professional and affordable search engine optimization and internet marketing services for online business. Start UPS. SpeedReadComplete.com/corporate.html, the complete corporate speed reading program, an amazing corporate efficiency and speed reading program developed by America's leading speed reading and productivity improvement researchers, speedread.org. Mental health categories at selfgrowth.com/mentalhealth_articles.html. 12-step programs. Abuse and recovery. Addiction and recovery. Agoraphobia. Anger management. Anxiety. Attention deficit disorder, AD and ADHD. Behavior modification. Bipolar disorder. Body image. Burnout. Codependency. Conflict resolution. Death and dying. Depression. Dream information. Drug and substance abuse. Eating disorders. Energy psychology. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR. Gratitude. Grief and loss. Hypnosis. Intervention. IQ test and EQ test. Joy. Memory training and memory improvement. Mind control. Overcoming fear. Overcoming trauma. Panic attacks. Phobias. Positive psychology. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Psychology. Puzzles and brain teasers. Sports psychology. Stress management. Subliminal messages and subliminal learning. Therapy and counseling. Mental health websites at selfgrowth.com. brainest.com/IQ_test/index.htm, IQ test, and brain games. Take IQ test as well as play brain games, it's a fun and learning experience. cmemory.com, improve your memory. childs-iq.com, download a kids IQ test, download a colorful and fun kids IQ test and test both overall intelligence and 5 different categories of intelligence. e-2.org, Emotional Intelligence Institute. energycenterclearing.com/anger, eliminate anger. freehypnosistreatment.com, free hypnosis treatment, free hypnotherapy MP audios. The best site on the web for free hypnotherapy audio sessions. iq-test.learninginfo.org, IQ Online, you have already linked to our site, no on. iqexam.org conducts free accurate IQ test bests. We conduct free quality and accurate online IQ tests free and you get our certificate with your real IQ score developed by Virginia Tech experts. You have to answer questions in seconds each. iqexam.org, IQ Exam IQ Test. MEMLETEX.com/manual/memory-techniques.asp?data=memory+techniques, absorb information faster using plus memory techniques. Memory.uva.nl, human memory, human memory. Memory.uva.nl, human memory. This site is developed by the University of Amsterdam and contains a memory improvement course and a memory test called Daily News Memory Test. MyPersonality.info, MyPersonality.info, personality and multiple intelligences tests and information with customizable result badge graphics and personality profile pages as well as group results. psychresources.net/free_anger_management.html, a free online counseling site for anger. QuickIQTest.net, IQ Test, IQ test of questions to quickly estimate your IQ. Selfgrowth.com/test.htm but the URL has changed. sdanis.com, step programs and other spiritual resources, step programs and other spiritual resources. StopAnxietyNow.com/help, free panic and anxiety tips and strategies. The-happy-side.com/hq.php, the HQ test, happiness quotient, by Arne Klingenberg. Wordofmouthexperiment.com/deadp/iq-test-trainer.htm, IQ tests and IQ test trainer. Lifestyle categories at selfgrowth.com/lifestyle_articles.html. Audio and video programs. Baby boomers. Beauty. Book reviews. Charity, nonprofits and volunteering. Cooking and recipes. Environmental and green living. Fashion. Feng Shui. Foreign language training. Gardening. General self-help. Happiness. Humor, fun, and games. Journaling. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, LGBT. Life lessons. Magazines. Peace. Personal websites and articles. Pets. Relaxation. Self-improvement associations and organizations. Software. Television and radio programming. Travel. Work-life balance. Working moms and working mothers. Lifestyle websites. Abundance-and-happiness.com, abundance-and-happiness.com, extensive personal empowerment portal providing profound insight, direction, and practical application techniques for accelerated and extraordinary achievement in every area of life, whether physically, financially, relationally, emotionally and/or spiritually. asipthinkingmatters.com, learning life lessons as if thinking matters. All of our problems are thinking problems. Here is intelligent and provocative information that challenges the comfortable and wrong givens. Learn how to live life better, solve the world's problems, and see the proof that you are created, have purpose, and are immortal. AskDanonJennifer.com/sex-intimacy, Ask Dan and Jennifer, sex and intimacy. Seatalize.com, Law of Attraction Coach, Life Coaching with Melissa Cantrell. CindyZNSE.com, Gain Confidence, Be Empowered with Cindy Sense. Dietitely.com, Dietical, Diet, and Nutrition Health Center. DownloadSoftFree.com, Download Soft Free, try it and buy it. DownloadSoftFree.com. CathyCommunicates.com, Cathy communicates to help you succeed. Magazine-search-engine.com, Self-Growth Magazines, find magazines about self-growth with your magazine search engine. Meditationsgo.com, Meditationsgo, find yourself, find your strength. Meditationsgo offers a wide selection of fully immersive, guided audio meditations designed for today and tomorrow's stresses, challenges, and life lessons. Available both as MP downloads and on audio CDs, these powerful yet easy to follow meditations help return you to your clarity, fullness, and peace. Mystical Law of Attraction.com, Law of Attraction. NLP Possibilities with DHE.com, NLP Possibilities with DHE, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. NLP Possibilities with DHE is a training and counseling institute in Toronto, Canada, specializing in NLP practitioner and master practitioner certification training. Certified by Dr. Richard Bandler and the Society of NLP. Positive-thinking-for-you.com, positive thinking for personal development. RelaxFastForFree.com, free 6-minute relaxation experience, free 6-minute relaxation experience. RelaxInAminute.com, relax in a minute. Self-improvement-advice.org, self-improvement advice. Self-improvement-advice.org offers self-improvement advice, ideas, and tips with focus on variety of areas including self-confidence, self-esteem, positive thinking, stress management, anger control, and more, interspersed with highly inspiring, contextually relevant quotes. Selfhelpdaily.com, Self-Help Daily. Spiritwire.com/kids self-esteem poster.html, kids uplifting self-esteem poster/poem. Stretchmarksandstomach.com, how to get rid of stretch marks, useful information about stretch marks, what they are and how to get rid of them. YourSuccessPrinciples.com, steps to finding your purpose and passion in life, find your passion in life and purpose in life with steps. Learn how to write a mission statement, find life purpose, find your passion in life, examples of mission statements, goal-setting ideas, set and achieve goals. Create a life motivation and personal development plan. Spirituality categories at selfgrowth.com/website/spirituality.html. A Course in Miracles. Affirmations and positive affirmations. Akashic records. Astrology. Aura. Belief. Channeling. Christianity. Consciousness and awareness. Creativity. Dowsing. Energy healing and energy medicine. Enlightenment. Faith. Hope. Horoscopes. Imagination. Inner peace. Intuition. Life balance. Life purpose. Meditation. Miracles. Mysticism. New Age. Numerology. Palm reading. Positive thinking. Psychic readings and psychics. Religion. Self-knowledge. Self-realization. Spiritual growth. Spiritual guides. Spiritual healing. Tarot. Zen and mindfulness. Spirituality websites at selfgrowth.com/website/spirituality.html. lovefaithhopefellowship.com. spiritwire.com/selfesteemquotes.html. dailypositiveaffirmation.com/affirmation.pdf. asamanthinketh.net. positive-attitude-tips.com. wowyou.com. affirmations.gemsfriends.com/articles. creativeaffirmations.com. positaract.com. freemeditationbook.com. meditationsgo.com. paxg.com. positivethinkingpersonalsuccess.com. positive-thinking-for-you.com. angelmessages.net. joyinabox.co.uk. numerology-powerofnumbers.blogspot.com. cindyznsc.com. sunnyray.org/indexc.htm. fragrantheart.com. Chapter 2. A list of topics with articles in alphabetical order at selfgrowth.com/topics.html. 12-step programs. The 12-step program is a set of principles for recovery from addictive, compulsive, or behavioral problems, originally used in Alcoholics Anonymous, AA, in the 1930s. The 12-step approach is now used to deal with a wide variety of issues including not only alcoholism, but drug abuse and also various other addictive or dysfunctional behaviors. A Course in Miracles. Considered by many of its students to be their spiritual path, the book A Course in Miracles has sold over 1.6 million copies since its appearance in 1975. As its title suggests, its purpose is to train us to work miracles to accept and extend to others the shifts in perception that awaken us to God. Abundance. No matter how much or how little you have in your life, you can feel complete by manifesting the quality of abundance. Abuse and recovery. Abuse and recovery involve countering and overcoming physical and mental harm of any degree or severity. Accelerated learning. Accelerated learning is a style of learning in which one learns and retains information in an intensive and shortened amount of time using various methods which allow you to read, retain, and recollect information quickly and efficiently. Achievement. Achievement connotes final accomplishment of something noteworthy, after much effort and often in spite of obstacles and discouragements. Acupuncture. Acupuncture is a technique of inserting needles into acupuncture points on the body with the aim of restoring health and well-being and treating pain. Addiction and recovery. Addiction is a condition of being habitually or compulsively occupied with or involved in something. Recovery helps you restore yourself to a better state or condition. Adult and senior development. Adult and senior development are all related to the physical and psychological effects of healthy aging and retaining a positive attitude. Aerobics. From the Greek for using oxygen, the term aerobics applies to any set of vigorous physical exercises designed to force the body to use oxygen in the muscles' energy generation process. Affirmations and positive affirmations. A one-line statement that declares positively an intention or condition for a desirable outlook and outcome. Affirmations are unlimited as each individual is an unlimited being. Affirmations are to be used on a conscious level and act as a recording over our subconscious or limited beliefs. Positive affirmations are a very powerful means of reprogramming self-defeating thoughts and the subconscious mind. Aging and longevity. Aging and longevity relate to the physical and psychological effects of healthy aging and retaining a positive attitude. Agoraphobia. Agoraphobia is an anxiety disorder which causes a person to avoid public and/or unfamiliar places. It's often precipitated by the fear of having a panic attack in a setting from which there is no easy means of escape. Akashic records. The Akashic records, derived from the Sanskrit word for sky, space, or ether, are considered by many believers to be a mystic, universal knowledge base that records and contains every occurring thought, word, and action. Alternative medicine. Alternative medicine consists of the therapeutic and preventative healthcare practices that do not involve drugs, but rather herbal and mental variations of medical treatment. Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is a degenerative disease that is the most common form of dementia. Generally, it is diagnosed in people over 65 years of age. Anger management. Controlling anger and anger management involve a system of psychological therapeutic techniques and exercises by which one with excessive anger can reduce the triggers, degrees, and effects of an angered emotional state. Anti-aging. Anti-aging addresses medical and psychological ways to prevent, slow, or reverse the effects of aging and help people live longer, happier lives. It includes scientific research and applications in genetic engineering, tissue engineering, and other medical advances, example finding treatments and cures for Alzheimer's disease. The anti-aging marketplace includes nutrition, physical fitness, skincare, hormone replacements, vitamins, supplements, and herbs. Anxiety. Anxiety is distress or uneasiness, often overwhelming, of the mind caused by fear of danger or misfortune. There are numerous therapeutic and psychological ways to ease anxiety and panic. Applied kinesiology. Applied kinesiology, AK, is a practice of using muscle response feedback, muscle testing, to pinpoint mental, emotional, and spiritual blocks and a subsequent determination of treatment. Using the body as a biofeedback mechanism, information is obtained from innate intelligence to make desired changes and obtain objectives. Aromatherapy. Aromatherapy is the use of selected fragrant substances in lotions and inhalants used to affect mood and promote health. Arthritis treatment. Arthritis is a condition where there is damage caused to the joints of the body. Treatment options vary depending on the type of arthritis and severity and include physical and occupational therapy, medications, and natural/dietary options. Assertiveness training. Assertiveness training, a type of behavior therapy in which people are taught appropriate methods of asserting themselves in various situations through honest and direct expression of their feelings. Assessment tools. Assessment tools are devices or activities, such as charts, reports, or brainstorming sessions, that help in monitoring the effectiveness of a program. Astrology. Astrology is the study of the positions and relationships of the sun, moon, stars, and planets in order to judge their influence on human actions and events. Attention deficit disorder, AD and ADHD. Attention deficit disorder, AD, is a disorder characterized by a difficulty in retaining focus, especially on tasks, for long periods of time and interfering especially with academic, occupational, and social performance. Attitude and perspective. The term attitude refers to your disposition or state of mind, whether to a specific event or to life in general. Attitude is the result of one's perceptions. How we perceive an event or experience will largely determine the attitude we develop about future events and experiences, and a positive attitude can help a person weather the rough patches in life. Audio and video programs. CDs, DVDs, and other formats create a great multimedia medium through which to obtain information on self-improvement by experts and enthusiasts. Aura. An aura is an electromagnetic energy field, full of information, around everyone alive. Aura reading is useful for reading people deeper, healing, psychic and spiritual development. Autism. Autism is a developmental disorder characterized by severe deficits in social interaction and communication and by abnormal behavior patterns, such as the repetition of specific movements or a tendency to focus on certain objects. Ayurveda. Ayurveda, or Ayurvedic medicine, is ancient system of healthcare that is native to the Indian subcontinent. Ayurveda promotes healthy living and therapeutic measures that relate to physical, mental, social, and spiritual harmony. Baby boomers. The term baby boomers is used to describe the generation born in the post-World War II years of roughly 1945 to 1964, which experienced a demographic baby boom. Due to the size of their generation and the cultural changes of their formative years, the boomers have thought of themselves with a generational consciousness arguably more than any generation before or since. Back and neck pain. Back and neck pain can result from a number of physical causes and medical conditions. Beauty. Beauty is clearly a subjective experience and can refer to both inner beauty and outer beauty. These views of beauty, frequently debated, are an integral part of how we see ourselves and see others. Behavior modification. A form of psychotherapy that uses basic learning techniques, such as conditioning, biofeedback, reinforcement, or aversion therapy, to modify maladaptive behavior patterns by substituting new responses to given stimuli for undesirable ones. Belief. A belief is a confidence in the truth or existence of something not immediately susceptible to rigorous proof. Biofeedback and neurofeedback. Biofeedback is a technique where the central or autonomic nervous system is studied to gain some voluntary control over an involuntary function, usually therapeutically, such as muscle relaxation, meditation, and breathing patterns. Bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is a category of mood disorders defined by the presence of one or more episodes of abnormally elevated mood, clinically referred to as mania. Individuals who experience manic episodes also commonly experience depressive episodes or symptoms, or mixed episodes which feature both mania and depression. Blended families. Blended families are families composed of parents or children from previous marriages or relationships that require just as much compassion and communication as a biological family. Bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is the process of developing muscle through the combination of weight training, increased caloric intake, and rest. Body image. Body image is an individual's concept of his or her own body. The concept of body image is used in numerous disciplines, including psychology, medicine, psychiatry, psychoanalysis, philosophy, and cultural and feminist studies. Body language. Body language is nonverbal, usually unconscious, communication through the use of postures, gestures, and facial expressions. Book reviews. In the modern oversaturated media market, book reviews play a vital role in helping us decide which books are worth our investment in time and money. Brain enhancement. Brain enhancement can be achieved by different means of skills, methods, tests, and enrichment exercises to increase memory, reflexes, and attitude. Breathing and breath work. Breathing is the process by which oxygen is drawn in and carbon dioxide expelled out of the body. Proper breathing is an important aspect of good health. Business accounting software and QuickBooks. QuickBooks is a line of business accounting software developed and marketed by Intuit. The software was popular among small business owners who had no formal accounting training. Business coach and business coaching. Business coaching focuses on the needs of your business to expand and grow. Many of us try to improve our lives by growing our own business. Business consulting. Business consultants help organizations improve their performance, primarily through the thorough analysis of existing business problems and the development of plans for improvement. Business development. Business development comprises a number of techniques and responsibilities which aim at attracting new customers and at penetrating existing markets. Business etiquette. Business etiquette is the set of written and unwritten rules of conduct that make social interactions between coworkers, clients, bosses, and employees run more smoothly. Business networking. Business networking is the act of making personal connections to people who can help you achieve your business objectives. Business opportunities. Business opportunities in self-improvement allow for networking of ideas, products, and resources in the self-improvement field with interested parties and professionals. Business startup. A business startup is a relatively new company, project, or business venture with a limited operating history. C. Career coach and career coaching. Career coaching focuses on the needs of individuals to find fulfillment and satisfaction in their career. Many of us try to improve our lives by improving or changing careers. The section is dedicated to resources on career coaching and career coaches. Career development. Career development is how individuals manage their careers both within and between organizations. Career transition. Though many careers are meant to be lifelong ones, sometimes change can be good, but there's a lot more to changing careers than simply updating your resume and qualifications. A thorough understanding of the intricacies of career change can be critical to your success. Change management. Change management is a structured approach to shifting/transitioning individuals, teams, and organizations from a current state to a desired future state. It is an organizational process aimed at empowering employees to accept and embrace changes in their current business environment. Channeling. Channeling is the process of receiving and relaying information from an outside entity, usually purported to be the spirits of the dead, while in an altered state of consciousness. Charity, nonprofits and volunteering. Many people have found that one of the best paths to true happiness is donating your time, talents, and money to charitable causes that help others. Child development. Child development is the increase of abilities and skills related to a child's physical, social, intellectual, and emotional growth as a child progresses in life. Chiropractic. Chiropractic is an alternative healthcare profession whose purpose is to diagnose and treat mechanical disorders of the spine and musculoskeletal system with the intention of affecting the nervous system and improving health. Christianity. Christianity is a religion based upon the life and teaching of Jesus of Nazareth as presented in the New Testament. Christians believe that Jesus is the Son of God and the Messiah prophesied in the Old Testament. Encompassing a wide number of branches and sects, Christianity is the religion of an estimated 1.5 to 2.1 billion people worldwide. Coach training. Coach training prepares students to become professional coaches themselves, giving them the knowledge, resources, and motivation they need to become effective coaches and build their coaching careers. Codependency. Codependency is a condition in which a person is controlled or manipulated by another who is affected with an abusive addiction, such as to a narcotic substance or alcohol. College planning. College planning includes all of the information that you need to learn to get accepted, pay for and succeed at college. Communication skills and training. Authentic communication skills are tools and methods to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of an exchange of information, as by speech, signals, writing, or behavior. Conflict resolution. Conflict resolution refers to the act of handling conflicts and grievances between two or more parties, with the hope that a long-term solution can be found that will be acceptable to both. Consciousness and awareness. Consciousness and awareness are perhaps best defined by what they are not. That means not being dulled into complacency and routine, not allowing your thoughts, feelings, and sensations to go unexamined, not taking the miracle that is your life for granted. Rather, Being fully conscious and aware means taking an active and awakened role in your existence. Continuing education. Continuing education may refer to either a post-secondary education or an education required in a licensed profession in order for the professional to maintain the license. Cooking and recipes. Put simply, cooking is the act of preparing a meal. But good cooks know that, from the planning to the execution to the final presentation, creating a great meal takes considerable skill and effort. Coronavirus. Coronavirus disease, COVID-19, is an infectious disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus. Most people infected with the COVID-19 virus will experience mild to moderate respiratory illness and recover without requiring special treatment. Older people, and those with underlying medical problems like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, chronic respiratory disease, and cancer are more likely to develop serious illness. Corporate training. Corporate training deals with the design and delivery of learning to improve performance within organizations using a variety of styles and methods. Creativity. The multifaceted journey of creativity is not limited to the arts or innovation. Creativity nurtures life at its most profound depths. The creative journey is a template for leading a more fulfilling, aware and meaningful life. Cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency and Bitcoin have been all over the news. Learn more about them in our cryptocurrency section. Customer service. Customer service is a series of activities designed to enhance the level of customer satisfaction. Its importance varies by product, industry, and customer. Dating. Dating relates to social relationships between people in a cordial environment. Death and dying. Life's inevitable end brings profound emotions and questions to bear for many, from those dealing with the death of a loved one to those contemplating their own mortality. Debt and debt consolidation. Dealing with debt and learning about debt consolidation can help people overcome the challenges associated with debt and how to go from debt and bankruptcy to wealth and prosperity. Depression. Depression is the condition of feeling sad or despondent, but can more specifically refers to a mental illness when it has reached a severity and duration to warrant a diagnosis. Diabetes. Diabetes means that your blood glucose, glucose, also called blood sugar, is too high. Glucose comes from the food you eat and is needed to fuel our bodies. Glucose is also stored in our liver and muscles. Your blood always has some glucose in it because your body needs glucose for energy. But having too much glucose in your blood is not healthy. Dietary supplements. Dietary supplements are related to health, physical well-being, and weight control. Dieting and weight loss. Dieting and weight loss is the regulation and limitation of food in order to improve physical condition and health. Distance learning and e-learning. Through distance learning, one can receive professional instruction in a subject without having to physically visit a classroom. Distance learning relies on the internet, phone, or even mail to provide educational opportunities at a distance. Divorce. Divorce is a judicial declaration dissolving a marriage and releasing the husband and wife from all matrimonial obligations. Domestic violence and abusive relationships. Domestic violence and abusive relationships can be broadly defined a pattern of abusive behaviors by one or both partners in an intimate relationship such as marriage, dating, family, friends or cohabitation. Dowsing. Dowsing, also known as divining, is a type of divination employed in attempts to locate groundwater, buried metals or ores, gemstones, oil, and many other objects and materials. Dream information. Dreams are a series of images, ideas, emotions, and sensations that occur involuntarily in the mind during sleep, and may be analyzed and defined to give subconscious thoughts, desires, and fears meaning. Drug and substance abuse. Drug and substance abuse include the long-term, pathological use of alcohol or drugs, characterized by daily intoxication, inability to reduce consumption, and impairment in social or occupational functioning. E-books. Self-improvement ebooks create a great resource through which to obtain information on self-improvement by experts and enthusiasts. Eating disorders. Eating disorders are potentially life-threatening neurotic conditions characterized by severe disturbances in eating habits that involve insufficient or excessive food intake. Elder care. From assisted living homes, nursing homes, and hospices to home care and modification, elder care refers to a broad range of services designed to meet the special needs of senior citizens. Emotional freedom techniques, EFT. EFT is the psychotherapeutic theory that suggests that negative emotions are caused by disturbances in the body's energy field and that balance can be restored through a sequence of tapping points. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is an ability, capacity, or skill to perceive, assess, and manage the emotions of oneself, of others, and of groups. Emotional intelligence is often measured as an emotional intelligence quotient or EQ. Employee motivation. Employee motivation is the act of providing your employees with the incentives, inspiration, and positive atmosphere that will motivate them to superior performance of their jobs. Empowering women. Empowerment refers to increasing the spiritual, political, social, or economic strength of individuals and communities. It often involves the empowered developing confidence in their own capacities. Empowerment. Empowerment is increasing the spiritual, political, social, or economic strength of individuals and communities and often involves developing confidence in one's own capacities. Energy bars. An energy bar is a bar-shaped snack food usually marketed to athletes or other physically active people who wish to maintain their calorific needs in light of their strenuous physical activity. Some brands of energy bars are also sold as dietary supplements. Energy healing and energy medicine. Energy healing and medicine involves exploring and applying subtle energies as they relate to the experience of consciousness, healing, and human potential. Energy psychology. Energy psychology addresses the relationship of energy systems to emotion, cognition, behavior, and health. Enlightenment. Human spiritual enlightenment occurs when your consciousness permanently expands beyond the limits of your body and your mind's self-created identity. As an enlightened human, you take responsibility for co-creating your personal experience of reality. And you have zero judgment about what others are co-creating. Entrepreneurs. From the French word for one who undertakes, an entrepreneur is one who organizes or starts a business venture, usually at considerable personal risk. Environmental and green living. Green living means living with the consciousness that your day-to-day lifestyle choices have an impact on the environment, and making an effort to minimize the harm you cause to the planet. Executive coach and executive coaching. Executive coaching focuses on the needs of executives and assists them in developing their managerial and executive skills by providing feedback, tools, and training. Exercise equipment. Exercise equipment consists of any object used during an activity that requires physical or mental exertion, especially when performed to develop or maintain fitness. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR, is an information processing psychotherapy that was developed to resolve symptoms resulting from disturbing and unresolved life experiences. F. Facial exercise. Facial exercises are various series of contractions of the facial muscles meant to achieve an improved, toned, younger-looking face. Faith. Faith is the confident belief in the truth, value, or rightness of an idea or religious system, without resting on logical proof or material evidence. Family. Family is a group of individuals related by blood, marriage, or adoption. Fashion. Fashion, a general term for a currently popular style or practice, especially in clothing, footwear or accessories. Fashion references to anything that is the current trend in look and dress up of a person. Fat loss. Fat loss involves shedding excess body fat or adipose tissue, with an eye toward losing weight and increasing overall physical fitness. Feng Shui. Feng Shui is a practice with a 5,000-year history of improving lives by working with unseen energies that affect your finances, health, and relationships. Feng Shui also includes managing the effects of visible environmental influences, your building's unique energy blueprint, as well as furniture and door/window placement according to your birthday-derived personal directions. Financial freedom. Many people have a goal of achieving financial freedom, to be free of debt and financial obligations and have the money and resources to follow their dreams. Financial literacy. Financial literacy means having a good basic understanding of finance, investment, and money matters. Fitness and exercise. Fitness and exercise can improve one's overall physique, as well as their health, mind, and attitude. Foreign language training. Foreign language training provides the tools and teachers to allow someone to learn a foreign language quickly and efficiently. Forex. Foreign exchange, or Forex, is a process where you can exchange a nation's currency to another. Forgiveness. Learning to forgive others and let go of negative emotions is a crucial part of feeling mentally, spiritually, and psychologically healthy. Friendship and loneliness. Friendship and loneliness are relationship situations related to social and emotional growth, acceptance, and reciprocation. Future trends. Through careful analysis of contemporary trends and phenomena, futurists attempt to predict what the future may hold. G. Gardening. Gardening is the practice of growing plants and flowers, whether for ornamental and aesthetic reasons, or for use as food or medicine. General self-help. Self-help refers to a situation in which someone attempts emotional, intellectual, or economical self-improvement. Goal setting. Goal setting involves setting a specific, time-targeted personal or business objective. In order for both short-term and long-term goals to be met, they must be realistic and clearly defined. Gratitude. Gratitude is the outward manifestation of feelings of thankfulness and appreciation. Green jobs/green careers. Green jobs/green careers are jobs preserving or restoring environmental quality. Grief and loss. The death of a loved one is one of the most difficult emotional experiences a person can undergo. The process of grief helps us honor the dead while moving forward with our own lives. Guided imagery and visualization. Visualization is the practice of seeking to affect the outer world via changing one's thoughts. By forming mental images of the material goods you'd like to have or the life circumstances you'd like to be in, you hope to make them reality. H. Habits. Habits are recurrent, often unconscious patterns of behavior that are acquired through frequent repetition. The section is dedicated to resources on both positive and negative habits and how to live with your habits. Hair loss. Hair loss implies thinning or lack of hair, especially on the head. In humans, baldness generally means androgenic alopecia or male pattern baldness or its variant female pattern baldness. This syndrome occurs in adult male and some female humans and other species. Happiness. One can attain a life of true happiness by the enrichment of one's mind, character, and attitude through one's own efforts and positive thinking. Healing. Healing arts is a broad term that can encompass a number of different health and wellness practices. Health clubs. A health club is a place which houses exercise equipment for the purpose of physical exercise. Many health clubs employ personal trainers or offer group exercise classes for their members. Health coach and health coaching. Health coaching is a method of guiding others to address their health and, if need be, make behavioral changes to improve health. Like traditional coaching, health coaches utilize goal setting, identification of obstacles, and use of personal support systems. The relationship between the coach and coachee is an accountability partnership focused on the overall health outcome goals as defined by healthcare practitioners and the patient/coachee. Health education. Health education is defined as the process by which individuals and groups of people learn to behave in a manner conducive to the promotion, maintenance, or restoration of health. Health products and services. Health products and services are essential self-growth tools for those looking to improve their health and wellness through physical fitness, herbal supplements, and mental enrichment. Healthy eating. According to the Dietary Guidelines for Americans 2015 to 2020, a healthy eating plan emphasizes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and fat-free or low-fat milk and milk products, includes lean meats, poultry, fish, beans, eggs, and nuts, is low in saturated fats, trans fats, cholesterol, salt, sodium, and added sugars, and stays within your daily calorie needs. Heart disease. An umbrella term referring to a number of specific diseases and conditions, heart disease is one of the leading causes of death, killing one person every 34 seconds in the US alone. Herbal remedies and herbs. Herbal remedies are medicines and supplements created with plant and plant extracts to treat various ailments. Herbal remedies are traced back to folk and traditional medicinal practices. Holistic health. Holistic products and services promote a health philosophy that physical, mental, and spiritual aspects of life as closely interconnected and balanced. Home business. A home business, or home-based business, is a small business that operates from the business owner's home office, and has the advantages of running on less expenses and growing over time. Homeschool and homeschooling. Homeschooling is the education of children at home, typically by parents or guardians, rather than in a public or private school setting. Hope. Hope is the emotional state, which promotes the belief in a positive outcome related to events and circumstances in one's life. Horoscopes. A horoscope is an astrologer's description of the personality and future of a person based on the position of the planets in relation to the sign of the zodiac under which the person was born. Human design. The human design system provides a graphic image of this design through a chart that synthesizes centers, chakras, channels, Kabbalah, hexagrams, I Ching, and planetary activations, astrology. Human development. Human development refers to the process by which an individual matures over their lifespan, physically, emotionally, mentally, and psychologically. Human growth hormone, HGH. HGH, or human growth hormone, is a protein hormone which stimulates growth and cell reproduction in humans. HGH has attracted increasing interest and use by amateur and professional bodybuilders, as well as professional athletes, to increase performance and muscle growth. Human resources. The strength of any organization is in the people who comprise it. Human resources is the field which deals with the recruitment, management, and development of those people. Humor, fun, and games. Humor, fun, and games are both relaxation and enrichment tools aimed at stimulating your mind and senses in a playful, good-humored manner. Hypnosis. Hypnosis is a trance-like state resembling sleep that heightens the subject's receptivity to suggestion, used in medicine and psychology to recover memories and or modify habits. Identity theft. Identity theft is the stealing, often via electronic means, of your personal information such as credit card numbers, social security number, bank account information, etc., with the intention of posing as you in order to fraudulently gain benefits. Imagination. Imagination covers all the concepts, fantasies, and mental images our mind creates. By developing our imagination, we can build a rich inner life. Immune system and immunity enhancement. As your body's official defense department, the immune system protects against all enemies, toxins in the air, viruses, and bacteria that get into the body. Everything. The fact that the immune system lives and works as part of the busiest, most interactive system known to man, the endocrine system, complicates its already daunting job description. With knowledge of how it all works together, though, we can give our immune system the support it needs to meet its challenges. And that knowledge is why we're here. Inner peace. Inner peace is a state of unspeakable joy and profound expansion that occurs when we are in conscious connection and alignment with our true self and the energy of the universe. It is a phenomenon that is impervious to agitation or turmoil and is not dependent on anything external. Only through inner peace, can genuine world peace can be achieved. Insomnia and sleep disorders. Sleep disorders are a group of conditions such as insomnia, narcolepsy, hypersomnia, and parasomnia characterized by disturbance in the amount, quality, or timing of a person's sleep. Inspiration. Inspiration can have many sources, from the everyday to the divine, but the end result of inspiration is to lift the individual to a more focused and determined pursuit of their goals. Inspirational quotes. Inspirational quotes are sayings from literature, movies, and conversation that, when reflected upon, bring personal motivation. Instincts and basic instincts. The simplest example of an instinctive behavior is a fixed action pattern, in which a short sequence of actions, without variation, are carried out in response to a clearly defined stimulus. However, instinctive behaviors can also be variable and responsive to the environment. Insurance. For many people, financial success is an important part of self-improvement. An understanding of insurance will help in your journey to financial success. Integrity. An individual can exhibit integrity by adhering to sound moral and ethical principles, and demonstrating honesty and strong moral character in all of his or her dealings with others. Internet marketing. Many people in the self-improvement industry make their living by promoting self-improvement products and services on the internet. This section is dedicated to resources for these individuals. Intervention. An intervention is an orchestrated attempt by one, or often many, people, usually family and friends, to get someone to seek professional help with an addiction or some kind of traumatic event or crisis. Interviewing skills. Learning the proper interviewing skills and techniques can help you make a great first impression, get the call back, and land the job. Intimacy. Intimacy includes both physical intimacy and emotional intimacy, both relating the feelings of closeness, safety, trust, and transparency among partners in a collaborative relationship. Intuition. Intuition is the power of understanding or realizing something without the use of rational processes. Investing. For many people, financial success is an important part of self-improvement. An understanding of investing will help in your journey to financial success. IQ test and EQ test. IQ test and EQ test are used to score one's intelligence and emotional intelligence, respectively. These tests describe an ability, capacity, or skill to perceive, assess, and manage problem solving and emotions. J. Job search. Job search is the act of looking for employment, due to unemployment, discontent with the current position, or a desire for a better position. The immediate goal of job seeking is usually to obtain a job interview with an employer, which may lead to getting hired. Journaling. A journal is a record, originally in handwritten format, with discrete entries arranged by date reporting on what has happened over the course of a day or other period. Joy. Joy is the emotion evoked by well-being, success, or good fortune, or by the prospect of possessing what one desires. L. Landmark education. Landmark education, a global leader in the field of training and development, offers programs in over 20 countries. The Landmark Forum, the foundation of all landmark education's programs, is designed to bring about a fundamental shift or transformation in what is possible in people's lives. Law of attraction. Law of attraction is a theory commonly associated with New Age and New Thought philosophy. It posits that one should never dwell on the negative, as the metaphysical principle of life is embodied in a law of attraction: you get what you think about. Leadership. Leadership is facilitating, guiding, or directing a group, most commonly toward a shared goal. Learning. Learning is the act of gaining knowledge through study, instruction, or experience. Legal services. Legal services include the full range of services involving legal or law-related matters handled by attorneys, such as drawing up and filing legal contracts, legal research and advice, and pleading and defending lawsuits. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, LGBT. LGBT is an initialism that collectively refers to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people. The term LGBT is intended to emphasize a diversity of sexuality and gender identity-based cultures and is sometimes used to refer to anyone who is non-heterosexual or cisgender instead of exclusively to people who are homosexual, bisexual, or transgender. Life balance. Life balance is a broad concept including proper prioritizing between work, career and ambition, on one hand, and life, health, pleasure, leisure, family, and spiritual development, on the other. Related, though broader, terms include lifestyle balance and life balance. Life coach and life coaching. Life coaching is the practice of assisting clients to determine and achieve personal goals. A coach will use a variety of methods, tailored to the client, to move through the process of setting and reaching goals. Life lessons. Life lessons are the values and views that you acquire over the course of your lifetime. Life purpose. Life purpose is a fundamental philosophical discussion of human existence that has resulted in a wide range of competing answers and arguments, from philosophical, to theological, and spiritual explanations. Life transitions. Human lives are marked by the passages from one stage of life or one way of living to another. These life transitions are chances for growth, change, and self-improvement. Listening skills. As important a part of communication as being a good speaker, being a good listener requires having the listening skills to help you understand, see the perspective of and empathize with other people. Love. Love encompasses a wide array of meanings, connections, and relationships which center on the emotions and experiences that create a sense of strong affection or profound oneness. Magazines. Magazines that focus on self-improvement organize self-help steps, courses, and workshops, and contact information for self-improvement professionals into an accessible tool. Make money online. How to make money online with these proven 5 simple steps that have turned me into an internet millionaire. You'll discover that my successful students are ordinary people. Download the Niche Marketing Riches in 6 weeks or less and get my mystery bonus for free today. Management skills. Management skills allow one to manage either their personal time, plans, and goals, or professionally manage a group of people, deadline, or project. Manifestation. You can manifest your desires and make them a reality by training yourself to think, speak, and act as if they have already come true. Marketing strategy. Marketing strategy is a business approach to marketing its products and services, forming the basis for developing a marketing plan. Marriage coaching. A marriage is an interpersonal relationship with governmental, social, or religious recognition, usually intimate, and often created as a contract. Martial arts. Martial arts are any of the traditional forms of Oriental self-defense or combat that utilizes physical skill and coordination without weapons. Many forms of martial arts are used for fitness and sport. Massage and massage therapy. Massage and massage therapy involve the kneading and rubbing parts of the body to increase circulation and promote relaxation, as well as aid the process of injury healing and manage pain. Mastermind and mastermind groups. Mastermind groups are small groups of individuals who agree to meet in order to review and delve into certain subjects in order to improve their lives and be more successful. Medical advice and resources. Medical advice and resources are available by medical professionals and institutions on varying topics of illness, recovery, and general inquiry. Meditation. Meditation is the practice of focusing and turning attention inward to the mind. Meditation involves mental discipline, relaxation, and spirituality. Memory training and memory improvement. Memory training involves the techniques and tools used to help enhance and retain information to one's memory. Men's issues. Men's issues are the topics related to men's health, concerns, and lifestyles. Men's psychology. Men's psychology is a term sometimes used to describe and categorize issues concerning the gender-related psychology of male human identity, as well as the issues that men confront during their lives. Migraines and headaches. A headache or cephalgia is pain anywhere in the region of the head or neck. It can be a symptom of a number of different conditions of the head and neck. A migraine is a debilitating condition characterized by moderate to severe headaches and nausea. It is about 3 times more common in women than in men. Mind-body healing. Mind-body healing is a series of techniques and practices that attempt to harness and enhance the mind's capacity to affect bodily function and symptoms. Mind control. Mind control is the theories and/or techniques designed to subvert an individual's control of their own thinking, behavior, emotions, or decisions. Mind power. Mind power can be used to train your mind and direct the power of your subconscious mind toward success by working with your thoughts and beliefs to eliminate negative thinking. Miracles. Miracles are events that seem to defy the known laws of nature, and as such are believed to be the handiwork of higher, supernatural powers. Mortgage and home financing. For many people, financial success is an important part of self-improvement. An understanding of mortgages and home financing will help in your journey to financial success. Motivation. Motivation are those tools aimed at inspiring individuals to plan their goals, reach their dreams, and become successful. Motivational products and services. Motivational products and services are those tools aimed at inspiring individuals to plan their goals, reach their dreams, and become successful. Mysticism. Mysticism is the pursuit of a direct communion with God. While the term has been used to encompass a wide spectrum of beliefs, most of those labeled mystics share these commonalities: a faith in a transcendent truth that overrides everyday reality, and a belief in a personal, one-on-one connection with this truth. Natural health. Natural health is a branch of alternative medicine which focuses on a system of natural therapies concerned with building and restoring wellness through healthy lifestyles. Naturopathic medicine. Naturopathic medicine is an alternative therapy which emphasizes the body's innate ability to heal and maintain itself. Naturopaths prefer to use natural remedies such as herbs and foods rather than surgery or synthetic drugs. Negotiating skills. Negotiating skills are the tools and techniques involved in peaceful, alternative dispute resolution. Network marketing and MLMs. Millions of people have found personal success through a home business. Network marketing and multi-level marketing companies or MLMs provide a great opportunity to run your own business with very little upfront financial investment. Neurolinguistic programming, NLP. Neurolinguistic programming, NLP, is based on the idea that all language and behaviors are highly structured. It uses several techniques to affect the way we think, learn, and communicate. New Age. New Age is a general term covering a wide variety of alternative spiritual and philosophical movements and beliefs, often involving metaphysics and holistic approaches to personal health. Numerology. Numerology is the study of the occult meanings of numbers and their mystical influence on human life and physical events. Nutrition. Nutrition concerns dietary questions and concerns regarding healthy living and wellness. Nutritional assessment. Chemical analysis of ration ingredients or, more commonly, consultation of a table of approximate composition of feedstuffs. Organizing and learning how to organize. Many successful people are extremely organized. Organizing and learning how to organize have become important skills as the complexity of our lives continues to increase. Overcoming adultery and infidelity. Infidelity concerns a breach of trust or a disloyal act, particularly in marriage or a romantic relationship. Infidelity is directly related to unfaithfulness and adultery. Overcoming fear. Fear is a feeling of agitation and anxiety caused by the presence or imminence of danger. Overcoming trauma. Trauma is an intense physical, emotional, or psychological injury, usually resulting from an extremely stressful or life-threatening situation. Traumas can take only seconds to unfold but may take years to recover from. Overeating and obesity. Obesity is a condition in which the natural energy reserve, stored in the fatty tissue of humans and other mammals, is increased to a point where it is associated with certain health conditions or increased mortality. The rise of obesity in the modern age due to our diet and exercise patterns is increasingly viewed as a serious public health problem. P. Pain management. Pain management is the medical discipline concerned with the relief of pain. It can include both pharmacological and non-pharmacological solutions to relieving pain. Palm reading. Practiced in many cultures around the world, palm reading is the act of making predictions on a person's future based on the study of their hand. Panic attacks. Panic attacks are very sudden periods of intense anxiety, mounting physiological arousal, fear, stomach problems, and discomfort that are associated with a variety of somatic and cognitive symptoms. Parenting. Parenting is the process of raising and educating a child from birth until adulthood using different methods, techniques, and guidance. Passion. Passion can be described as deep feelings of romantic love. Keeping the passion alive is a key part of maintaining a great romantic relationship. Peace. Whether between nations, neighbors, or within the confines of your heart, achieving true peace has been one of humanity's most enduring, yet most elusive, goals. Peak performance. Though the term peak performance could apply to a number of different areas of self-improvement, one thing is clear: peak performance implies that the individual in question is operating at the top of his or her game. Personal accountability. Personal accountability allows you to move away from a mindset where things happen to you in your life without your consent or influence, and embrace your role in the way your life is shaped by moving to a place of true power and freedom. Personal development. Personal development is the general method used by a person who seeks to improve any or all aspects of their life through self-taught strategies, publicly available information, or techniques taught by experts. Personal finance. Personal finance is the ways in which individuals obtain, budget, save, and spend money over time. Personal trainers and personal training. Personal trainers design exercise routines, provide education on physical fitness, and give motivation and support to help their clients achieve better health. Personal websites and articles. Our self-improvement community at selfgrowth.com includes many product-focused websites and corporate websites. The self-improvement messages and ideas that other individuals provide are equally important. Persuasion. The art of persuasion, the ability to convince others to accept your points of view and follow your directions, has been recognized as a fundamental building block for personal success since ancient times. Pets. Many of us love our pets. We love our dogs, our cats, our rabbits, and our ferrets. We also learn from our pets and grow with our pets. Phobias. A phobia is a type of anxiety disorder. It is a strong, irrational fear of something that poses little or no real danger. There are many specific phobias. Acrophobia is a fear of heights. Agoraphobia is a fear of public places, and claustrophobia is a fear of closed-in places. Physical therapy. Physical therapy is the art and science of physical care and rehabilitation. It is a primary care health profession, with physical therapists, or physiotherapists, providing services to individuals and populations to develop, maintain, and restore maximum movement and functional ability throughout the lifespan. Pilates. The Pilates method, or simply Pilates, is a physical fitness system developed in the early 20th century by Joseph Pilates. The program focuses on the core postural muscles which help keep the body balanced and which are essential to providing support for the spine. Positive psychology. Positive psychology is the study of the strengths and virtues that enable individuals and communities to thrive. Positive psychology has three central concerns: positive emotions, positive individual traits, and positive institutions. Positive thinking. Positive thinking is a common motivational method used to boost one's attitude and promote self-growth. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is an anxiety disorder that can develop after exposure to a terrifying event or ordeal in which grave physical harm occurred or was threatened. Traumatic events that may trigger PTSD include violent personal assaults, natural or human-caused disasters, accidents, or military combat. Pregnancy. Pregnancy resources, guidance, and products related to self-improvement and natural health can help women and families during the stages of pregnancy before, during, and after birth. Productivity. Productivity is calculated by dividing the amount of goods or services produced by the units of labor it required to make them. An individual, business or nation that can increase its productivity rate can achieve greater output for less work. Prosperity. Prosperity is a successful, flourishing, or thriving condition. The term is usually used in reference to finances or money. Prosperity is, in a general sense, good fortune. Psychic readings and psychics. Psychic is a term indicating mental abilities or phenomena that are unexplainable by known natural laws. People who have these abilities or are able to produce these phenomena are often called psychics. Psychology. Psychology is the branch of science that studies the soul, the mind, and the relationship of life and mind to the functions of the body. Public speaking. Public speaking is speaking to a group of people in a structured manner with the intention to inform, influence, or entertain the audience. A good orator should be able to invoke emotion in their listeners, not just inform them. Publicity. Publicity is the deliberate attempt to manage the public's perception of a subject. Publishing. Publishing includes the stages of the development, acquisition, copy editing, graphic design, printing, and its electronic equivalents, and marketing and distribution of books, newspapers, magazines, musical works, software and other works dealing with information. Puzzles and brain teasers. Puzzles are mental problems, scenarios, and situations used to enrich creativity and problem solving in an enjoyable manner. Qigong. Qigong is a form of traditional Chinese medicine that involves the coordination of different breathing patterns with various physical postures and motions of the body. Qigong is based on the belief that the body has energy fields generated and maintained by the natural respiration of the body, known as qi. Real estate. Real estate means ownership of land plus anything permanently fixed to it, including buildings and other improvements. Real estate is a popular form of investment. Reflexology. Reflexology is the practice of massaging, squeezing, or pushing on parts of the feet, or sometimes the hands and ears, with the goal of encouraging a beneficial effect on other parts of the body, or to improve general health. Reiki. Reiki is an ancient Japanese healing technique utilizing universal life force energy, qi, and is directed to the client and dispersed throughout the body with hands lightly on and / or right above the body. Relationship advice. Relationship advice concerns any guidance or suggestion about how to better manage or reconcile differences, reach agreements, and coexist peacefully in a relationship, whether that relationship is romantic, platonic, familial, or professional, from any number of third-party sources. Relaxation. Relaxation is often the goal of many leisure and recreation activities aimed at reducing stress and tension. Religion. Religion and self-improvement complement each other as a personal, spiritual path toward positive thinking and enrichment. Resume writing. Having an attractive resume that sticks out of the pile and motivates employers to contact you is one of the greatest assets to have in a modern job search. Professional resume writers can help give your resume the polish it needs to help you land your next job. Retirement and retirement planning. For many people, financial success is an important part of self-improvement. An understanding of retirement and retirement planning will help in your journey to financial success. Retreats, spas and vacations. Retreats, spas, and vacations are positive means of escape which allow relaxation and self-growth. Risk management. Risk management is an organized methodology for continuously identifying and measuring the unknowns, developing mitigation options, selecting, planning, and implementing appropriate risk mitigations, and tracking the implementation to ensure successful risk reduction. Role models. The term role model generally means any person who serves as an example, whose behavior is emulated by others. We have included this section on selfgrowth.com to find examples of people to inspire us all. Sales management training. Sales management training involves teaching sales team leaders to better conceive, plan, execute and control their sales strategy, in such a manner that ensures a growing flow of regular customers and increasing amount of sales. Sales systems. A sales system is a set of principles, processes, strategies and tools that are put into place to bring the company results day in and day out. Sales training. Sales training is tools and techniques which allow someone to be successful and confident in marketing and sales. SCENAR. SCENAR is an acronym for self-controlling energoneuroadaptive regulation, and denotes both a therapy and the advanced medical treatment device with which this therapy is applied. Self-help books. Books create a great medium through which to obtain information on self-improvement by experts and enthusiasts. Self-improvement associations and organizations. Associations and organizations in the self-improvement field not only are resources for information and advice, but also networking and meeting with other people and professionals. Self-knowledge. Self-knowledge is knowledge or understanding of one's own nature, abilities, and limitations, insight into oneself. Self-realization. Self-realization is the knowing at all levels that you are one with God. It is the personal experience and recognition of your own divinity, your true self. Self-esteem and self-confidence. Self-esteem consists of the self-relevant beliefs and emotions which shape one's individual feelings and worth of him/herself. Self-publishing. Self-publishing is the publishing of books and other media by the authors of those works, rather than by established, third-party publishers. Modern advances in printing technology have made self-publishing easier and more popular than ever. Seminars and workshops. Seminars are educational events that feature one or more subject matter experts delivering information primarily via lecture and discussion. Workshops are smaller and more intense, often giving students practicing their new skills during the event under the instructor's watchful eye. Sexuality. Sexuality is a concern with or interest in sexual activity, health, and intimacy. Singles. Whether looking for marriage, long-term relationships, or short-term flings, singles life encompasses all those searching for relationship partners. Small business marketing. Small business marketing is the skill sets and techniques required for success in regards to general marketing purposes, but honed to focus on small-sized businesses. Smoking, how to quit smoking or stop smoking. According to the American Lung Association, smoking-related diseases claim an estimated 430,700 American lives each year. It is directly responsible for 87% of lung cancer cases and causes most cases of emphysema and chronic bronchitis. This section is dedicated to websites that discuss how to quit smoking or stop smoking. Social networking and social media. Social networks are online communities that bring together people of similar interests and backgrounds, and allow them to make personal and professional connections to others through the network. Software. Software related to self-improvement can serve as a valuable method of personal growth for people looking to work at any number of skills at their own pace as an instruction tool. Sound therapy. Sound therapy is any beneficial intervention from sound that affects us on a mental, physical, or emotional level. Some examples are healing music, binaural beat sound applications, tuning forks, and ultrasound. Speed reading. Speed reading is a reading technique that allows for the assimilation of several words or phrases at a glance. There are different methods of speed reading for different type of people based on their individual learning styles. Spiritual growth. Spiritual growth is the enrichment of one's personal spiritual beliefs through many different means, such as meditation, prayer, and enlightenment. Spiritual guides. Description 1. Spiritual guides are people who have attained a high level of spiritual awareness and use their knowledge to guide people on their own paths towards spiritual awakening. Spiritual healing. Spiritual healing is a form of energy healing that uses different levels and degrees of spiritual healing frequencies to facilitate the healing process. Sports. Sports are physical activities governed by a set of rules or customs and often engaged in competitively. Sports psychology. Sport psychology is the scientific study of people and their behaviors in sport contexts and the practical application of that knowledge. Stage fright and overcoming stage fright. Stage fright or performance anxiety refers to an anxiety, fear, or persistent phobia related to performance in front of an audience or camera. This form of anxiety can precede or accompany participation in any activity involving public self-presentation. Starting over. Starting over is a topic containing resources about beginning again, whether in relationships, finances, career, or any goals. Stock trading. Stock trading is the buying and selling of stocks, bonds, and other financial instruments in the financial markets. Stock traders try to profit from short-term price volatility with trades lasting anywhere from several seconds to several weeks. Strategic planning. Strategic planning is an organization's process of defining its strategy or direction and making decisions on allocating its resources to pursue the strategy, including its capital and people. Stress management. Stress management involves the skills, methods, and techniques involving in managing and reducing stress either a day-to-day basis or on a long-term scale. Stretching. Stretching is a series of physical exercises designed to activate and elongate various muscle groups in order to improve their elasticity and tone. Many athletes stretch deliberately before or after exercise in order to increase performance and reduce injury. Subliminal messages and subliminal learning. Subliminal learning is a learning technique complementary to subliminal messaging where the subject receives information in such a way that it passes below the normal limits of perception. Success coaching. Success coaching is a motivational tool that will help someone stay focused on a goal or path with help from a self-improvement professional. Success principles. Success principles are the methods and attitudes people utilize to achieve great levels of success and change their lives. These principles are often very easy to apply to your everyday life. Superfoods. Superfoods is a term sometimes used to describe foods with high phytonutrient content that may confer health benefits as a result. Tantra. Tantra has been described as the spiritual art of love, love as a mutual spiritual connection that transcends its physical dimensions. Tarot. Tarot reading is the use of a deck of tarot cards for purposes of personal transformation and divination. Team building. Team building involves the selection, training, and motivation of a group of people working toward a common goal. Teenagers and parenting. Teenagers and parents share a special kind and amount of communication, compassion, and space while a child prepares for adulthood responsibilities. Television and radio programming. Television programming that involves self-improvement can be a beneficial and resourceful learning and enrichment tool. Therapy and counseling. Therapy and counseling allow for the treatment, discussion, and consulting of anything from physical to mental to emotional problems. Time management. Time management is a key strategy in organizing one's times and events in order to meet deadlines, goals, and personal agendas. Transformation. Live as if your life depended on it. At all times and under all circumstances we have the power to transform the quality of our lives. Travel. Travel has always been an integral part of our lives. We grow by traveling to other lands, experiencing other cultures and learning from other people. Trust. The cornerstone of a healthy relationship, whether personal or professional, trust means the ability to rely on others to deal with you honestly and fairly. Virtual assistants. Virtual assistants are professionals who work off-site from their employer's place of business and utilize modern communications technology to deliver their services. Typical tasks handled by virtual assistants include clerical and administrative work, marketing work, website development or maintenance, and creative and technical services. Vision boards. A vision board is a simple poster board which you decorate with drawings, writing, cut-out photos, paintings, or other visual representations of your hopes, goals, and dreams. Its purpose is to activate the law of attraction in making these dreams become reality. Vocabulary and learning how to improve vocabulary. Learning how to improve your vocabulary will make you a more effective and engaging public speaker, presenter, and business person, as well as an altogether more successful person. W. Walking. There is no simpler or more natural exercise than walking, though few exercises can provide such a complex mix of health, fitness, and even emotional benefits. Wealth. Creating wealth and building wealth. Creating wealth and building wealth are considered by many to be an integral part of success. Wealth can provide independence and many opportunities for success in other areas of your life. Weddings and wedding planning. A wedding is the ceremony in which two people are united in marriage or a similar institution. Wedding traditions and customs vary greatly between cultures, ethnic groups, religions, countries, and social classes. Wellness. Wellness can refer to the maintenance of bodily health, mental acuity, overall fitness, or even spiritual happiness. Perhaps most importantly, many see true wellness as a balance between all of the above. Wisdom. Wisdom refers to the accumulated knowledge, erudition, or enlightenment that allows one to judge what is true, right, and lasting. Women and money. Women and money is a topic dedicated to providing resources to help women pursue and attain their financial goals. Women in business. Women who are in the business world. Women's issues. Women's issues are the topics related to women's health, concerns, and lifestyles. Work-life balance. Many people feel that striking a good balance between their work responsibilities and their personal lives is an essential factor in living a whole and healthy life. Working moms and working mothers. Working moms and working mothers are women who have jobs/careers in addition to a family. Working mothers must balance time between their families and their careers. Writing tools. Writing tools are any type of instrument or strategy to help one develop his/her writing and editing skills. Writing tools are also related to publishing and submitting one's works. Why? Yoga. Yoga is a system of exercises practiced to promote control of the body and mind. Z. Zen and mindfulness. Zen and mindfulness are ways to gain awareness that arise through paying attention, on purpose, in the present moment, non-judgmentally. They allow you to get in a state of calm attentiveness in which one's actions are guided by intuition rather than by conscious effort.